We are going now into a special report from ABC News.
ABC News special report. Now reporting, George Stephanopoulos.
Good afternoon. We are coming on the air now with major news from the Department of Justice. The acting Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein, has decided to appoint a special counsel to investigate Russian interference in the 2016 election, any ties with the Trump campaign, and they call it related matters. This is a big news from the Department of Justice. I want to read you the statement coming now from the acting Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein, who, of course, is serving as acting Attorney General because the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, has recused himself from all matters related to Russia. Here is what the acting Attorney General said. In my capacity as acting Attorney General, I determined that it is in the public interest for me to exercise my authority and appoint a special counsel to assume responsibility for this matter. My decision is not a finding that crimes have been committed or that any prosecution is warranted. I have made no such determination. What I have determined is that based upon the unique circumstances, the public interest requires me to place this investigation under the authority of a person who exercises a degree of independence from the normal chain of command. A special counsel is necessary in order for the American people to have full confidence in the outcome. Our nation is grounded on the rule of law, and the public must be assured that government officials administer the law fairly. The special counsel will be Robert Mueller, who was the director of the FBI from 2001 to 2013, more than 10 years. Former U.S. Attorney, Assistant Attorney General for the Criminal Division, as well respected throughout Washington as a straight shooter from both parties. I want to go straight to our senior justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas. And Pierre, this was something that the Justice Department, that even Mr. Rosenstein had resisted. What was the tipping point over into this decision?
Well, we're still reporting this out, George, but there were two key things that happened. Last week, former FBI Director James Comey was fired, and there were these questions about Rod Rosenstein's role in that firing. At first, we heard that it was perhaps at his urging. Then we heard that it was actually at President Trump's urging that Comey be fired. So his independence had somewhat been tainted by that. Then this blockbuster yesterday of the fact that Director Comey was saying that there are memos that suggested that President Trump had tried to influence the investigation into Michael Flynn, suggesting that it go away. That blockbuster came out. So here you had the acting Attorney General, in this case Rod Rosenstein, wanting to make a decision that will allow the public to have confidence that one way or the other this would be resolved in a way that's independent from the Justice Department.
Our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, at the White House right now. Cecilia, when did the White House know? What do they know right now?
Well, a pretty extraordinary 30-minute heads up, George. That is all this White House got on this move. And I have also been in touch with sources on Capitol Hill who you would think would have seen this coming. There is complete shock right now in both sides of Washington to the reaction here at the White House down to Capitol Hill. George, this is a White House in complete crisis mode right now. We are talking about a third bombshell 3 days in a row. Right now, the scene that I have seen every night so far this week inside this West Wing, reporters camped outside of Sean Spicer's office waiting for answers to yet another explosive storyline. We don't have a response yet from the White House. We do know, as I said, that they know that this has happened, that this special counselor has been appointed. And we know that this White House has been opposed to that they have been on the record. The president himself said an independent commission is not needed. The White House has said that this would be a waste of resources. This is a White House that cannot stick to their agenda right now because they're too busy trying to put out crisis after crisis after crisis, George.
And the big question right now, is this something the president was convinced they really had no choice, that this had to happen, and that they're willing now to cooperate with the special counsel? I know you're going to continue to report. While you do that, I want to bring in our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams, right here, right now. So let's talk about exactly what Robert Mueller is going to do right now.
So he's got 60 days to basically put together a budget and a team. He's going to hire his own team of people. Doesn't mean he's going to use the current Justice Department. He's going to have his own folks who are going to do this investigation. These typically can take, let's say, 6 to even 9 months to reach a resolution. But remember, once he reaches a resolution, he hands it over to the Attorney General. Yes, his investigation is independent. He is supposed to do everything without the input of the Attorney General in this case. But once he's finished, he hands that report to the Attorney General, and then the Attorney General has to decide what to do. And in this case, it'll be Rod Rosenstein, the acting Attorney General, because there's been that recusal of Jeff Sessions. And if there is a decision not to act on the special counsel's recommendation, Well, then there's some explaining to do to Congress that has to happen. But we're a lot of steps away from there at this point. But this is really a stunning development, because you and I talked about this on Good Morning America. I didn't think there would be a special prosecutor as of a week ago, a special counsel.
And for the most part, even Republicans were holding the line in the House and the Senate. That started to crack today.
It cracked as a result of yesterday. Let's be clear. It was this new report about James Comey's notes that I think forced the hand of Rod Rosenstein, where he said, I have to figure out a way to avoid a showdown between the FBI and the President of the United States. And the way to do that, at least to minimize it, is get a well-respected, well-regarded special counsel like Robert Mueller.
So when this investigation is done, the acting attorney general can accept the recommendation. He can reject the recommendation. As you pointed out, he can also fire.
Right, but if he rejects the recommendation, again, that would be a real political crisis. It is expected that when someone like Robert Mueller issues a report, that the Attorney General, and in this case the acting Attorney General, will act on it.
One of the big questions right now is how this is going to affect the various congressional investigations. We have the Senate and House Intelligence Committees looking at this. We have the government oversight committees actually inviting James Comey, the former FBI director, to come up and testify, give them their notes. Will he do that now or turn everything over to the special counsel?
Well, that's the big question, because Wednesday we're supposed to have this big hearing, which was, sort of being billed as this enormous showdown where James Comey was going to disclose everything. Now we're going to have to see if any of this changes that. Because remember, Congress can still, of course, continue its own investigation in addition to an independent counsel investigation. But I think this does help at least take things down a notch. At least people who are looking for cover can say, let's let the special counsel deal with this. So we'll have to see what impact it has on Wednesday's hearing.
And we're getting the first reactions from Capitol Hill right now. Jason Chaffetz, the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, is welcoming this, reporting from Capitol Hill from our own sources, saying this was news to the Senate Judiciary Committee. We'll find out more about that as we go on. I want to bring in Cokie Roberts as well. Big news here, Cokie Roberts. One of the most stunning things here is the timing, just 118 days into the Trump presidency.
It is remarkable timing. And looking back at the Nixon situation, where, of course, President Nixon won an overwhelming landslide as the Watergate story was unfolding. But then in January, when his approval ratings were almost 70%, some of his aides were convicted of conspiracy in the Watergate break-in. Two of his top aides then in April were forced to resign. And then in May, it took until May for a special prosecutor to be named. And it was the same day, by the way, that the Watergate committee convened. So it all happened at the same time, the congressional hearings, the special prosecutor. And keep in mind, that special prosecutor can be issuing indictments all along. And that becomes a story, too. It's not, we don't have to wait for that report. So, you know, as we both well know, George, a special prosecutor, a special counsel in this case gets named, it can go anywhere.
Cokie Roberts, thanks very much. So there you have it, another blockbuster this evening. Robert Mueller, the former director of the FBI, has been appointed by the acting attorney general to be the special counsel looking in to Russia's interference in the 2016 election, any possible ties with the Trump campaign, and related matters. That's the wording of the appointment right there. Again, he will have full independence now to look into this matter, something that had been resisted by the White House and Republicans on Capitol Hill. It is happening now. We're going to have much more tonight on World News Tonight with David Muir, and I'll see you tomorrow on GMA.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at 6. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Haley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us. We do have some breaking news, as you just saw in that ABC News special report. The Justice Department appoints former FBI head Robert Mueller to oversee the probe into the Trump-Russian connection, that possible connection in the 2016 election.
White House has not responded to that announcement as of yet. We'll have more on this story coming up as it develops, and there will be a full report at the bottom of the hour on World News Tonight with David Muir.
And now back to our top local stories. A growing number of groups across the state, including right here on the Suncoast, are calling on Governor Rick Scott to veto a sweeping education bill.
Now, this bill was passed in the final hours of this year's legislative session. ABC 7's Kate Flexter talked to local educators about its potential impact.
Concerned groups say this bill will impact the entire state, but the chair here at Sarasota County School Board says it will have a particularly negative impact locally. It's a $419 million bill covering everything from increasing recess time during the school day to increasing funding for privately run charter schools. And it's getting serious resistance from educators across the state.
I think the whole bill is out of whack with what needs to be happening for education.
Chairwoman of the Sarasota County School Board, Caroline Zucker, personally wrote to the governor asking him to veto this bill. The major sticking point for her, a call for districts to share millions of dollars in local tax revenue with private charter schools. As Florida's population booms, Zucker says building new schools is imperative, but plans to purchase a $10 million property for a new school are now on hold until next year to accommodate this piece of legislation.
They're not giving us enough money for us to be able to keep up with the rising costs. They're not.
Plus, she says the bill removes control from school boards, directing it back to the state.
I don't understand why Tallahassee won't allow us to do what we think is best for our community.
The legislation was a top priority for House Speaker Richard Corcoran and school choice groups, as well as a group of conservative school board members who want the governor to sign the bill. They say it could mean a jump in educational opportunities for thousands of Florida students. At the Sarasota Classified Teachers Association, though, President Pat Gardner says it will likely mean a cut in the already low wages for Florida teachers.
If there's nobody lining up to interview, you're not going to have any teacher in that classroom. And there are a lot of openings next year.
Meanwhile, Zucker worries this may set the precedent in the state for public education in the future.
I think the ultimate is to eliminate public education as we know it today.
For now, it's all eyes on Governor Scott, who still has the power to veto this bill. Reporting in Sarasota, Kate Flexter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Kate. The only eyewitness of a triple murder in Bradenton takes the stand in Andres Avalos Jr.'s murder trial. The widow of Pastor James Tripp Battle recounted the day that Avalos shot and killed her husband, she says, in December of 2014. Joy Battle testified that Avalos showed up at the church looking for her husband. When he arrived, Joy says Avalos met him on the sidewalk where he shot him a total of 4 times.
I assured him that I had been around Tripp and Amber quite a bit, working with them at the church. I was there more than either one of them. And so anytime they were there, I was also there. And, you know, living with Tripp and being his wife, I was not picking up on the same, I didn't have that same feeling.
Avalos' father took the stand for the defense today. He testified that his son was so paranoid that he wouldn't allow his dad to show up to his home without calling first. The trial continues tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Well, record-setting day here on the Suncoast.
Very hot.
Yeah, let's get more on that with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Well, thanks. Yeah, 97 degrees officially now. The Sarasota Bradenton Airport. This is the new record. The old record, 95, set back in 1943. The news is when it was 97, the relative humidity was at 31% and the dew point in the mid-60s. So it wasn't quite as bad as it could have been, but looking pretty good out there. Again, generally fair skies. We are starting to see some activity developing, though, with showers and storms developing along the sea breeze front. Specifically down south into Sarasota and into western Charlotte County. You can see that quite clearly. Not a lot going on over Manatee County right now. 1 or 2 brief showers are possible here in the next half hour there, but I think we'll see a little bit more action developing throughout the evening as it trails up the sea breeze into Manatee County. More in our forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight.
As revitalization efforts continue for parts of downtown Sarasota, we'll take a look at the changes being made on State Street.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean really moves me.
One.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
With all the furniture choices you have, where do you shop? How about Bacon's Furniture and Bedding, now available in Sarasota? Treat yourself to a new Beauty Sleep Queen mattress set starting at only $399 and save up to $800 off an adjustable base with your mattress purchase. Find huge Memorial Day discounts of up to 70% off throughout our showroom with hundreds of items ready for immediate delivery. It's the Memorial Day sales event going on now at Bacon's Furniture and Bedding, available now in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
With multiple construction projects underway, downtown Sarasota continues its transformation.
And one area is being recognized a little more than the rest right now. ABC 7's Bobeth Yates has more.
This, where we're standing right now, was the parking lot. And to see us now is great.
Tracy Ringstaff is with Sarasota Studio, a high-end car dealership that now flanks the multi-story State Street parking garage. Just a few years ago, the building was non-existent, but now there's a dealership, an art gallery, and several restaurants. One of them is Bricks. The owner says he was selling food at the farmer's market that was once in the paved parking lot, where the State Street garage and retail building now sits.
I started at this very spot selling barbecue, and I was kind of put on the outer edges of the market, and I said a prayer. I just asked for this space to be blessed and that people would come to me, and they did.
Mark Grabrick's barbecue truck is now a brick-and-mortar restaurant that sits next to the high-end dealership. But Bricks and the Sarasota Studio aren't the only things transforming State Street from the once desolate parking lot used for a farmer's market. Construction is also underway for an oyster bar. Across the street, a furniture store, an art gallery, and of course the staples, like the State Street Steakhouse and the State Street Bar, who've been in the area for years.
The hottest street downtown. I love the car place next door, and the state-of-the-arts gallery across the street. Fantastic. There's a good vibe on this location.
And those who frequent State Street are also praising the transformation.
It's amazing. I've been here walking through this area for the last couple of years, and it's just so nice. You can look at the buildings right up here, and it looks like they're apartments or houses, and it's really hard to believe that it's a parking garage.
Many say the new look of State Street has completely revitalized the area, and the businesses there even have a motto to support the idea.
We make a statement on State Street. So, I mean, you know.
Bobeth Yates reporting there.
And Bob will be back with your forecast right after this.
Fresh out of the box, the Alfa Romeo won us over. We went in skeptical and left in awe of this gorgeous machine. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need, because their story is important and they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
It does things that seem impossible, feeling like it could change direction while airborne. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
A scorcher today, high temperature 97 degrees. We talked about that earlier. A few showers breaking out along the sea breeze front, mainly in West Charlotte County, also in the southeastern portions of Sarasota County near Englewood. Not a lot going on in Manatee right now, but I suspect to see a few more showers popping up along that sea breeze front through this evening. 89 right now, the dew point pretty high at 71. We have a west-northwest wind at 10, the pressure 2.9 and 9.8. And that is holding steady. Our high today, 97 degrees. That topped the old mark of 95, set back in 1943. The forecast wind will be out of the east tonight. It will allow temperatures to drop down into the low 70s. We'll try to get a sea breeze generated tomorrow, but won't have much chance. So temperatures will again soar in the low to mid 90s throughout much of the afternoon. Stay hydrated out there, folks, and dress appropriately. Light colored, loose fitting clothing the best if you're going to be outdoors during those hot part of the day. A low pressure area right there over Iowa causing all sorts of headaches with tornadoes. We had the killer tornadoes yesterday and last night. Look at all the tornado watches in effect now across Iowa, and even a tornado warning still in effect near Davenport. Well, our forecast is calling for a little bit better chance for some showers and storms to move on in as a result of this area. Here, some of this moisture will be traveling in our direction, bringing with it a good chance for showers and storms. Not so much tomorrow, but more so as we approach on into Friday and Saturday. Well, here is the forecast as it stands. Take a look at it. Chance for showers tomorrow, not much. Better on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with high temperatures in the upper 80s.
Tonight, President Trump ready for his first trip abroad, facing increasing turmoil at home over what information he shared with the Russians and what he allegedly asked the FBI director before he fired him. With stakes this high, this is where America turns for answers. World News Tonight with David Muir.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or get more legroom and maximum comfort with a new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Come on in, welcome to our pad. Trust me, folks, you're in for a ride. I'm driving, so relax. Unwind, leave your buckets all behind. Get ready to blow your mind. In Beatsville, don't be shy. Come and make the scene. Catch the crazy party inside. The hipsters here are fun and dig, man, they're on to something big. Yeah, they're gonna flip your wig in Beatsville. Catch the gig in Beatsville.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
97 today, maybe more tomorrow?
Yeah, it could be
Record highs?
95, 97
Yeah.
again tomorrow, but then a better chance for rain moves in on Friday and Saturday afternoon, specifically near the coast, and then inland areas after that. So hopefully we get the rain we need.
Yeah, it's nice to see those higher percentages finally to maybe cut down on this wildfire risk.
Absolutely. Stay tuned. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. Much more on the breaking news. We told you at the top of the hour about a special counsel with former FBI Director Robert Mueller leading that counsel.
We'll have the latest on that at 11 as well. Have a great evening.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
It's Lincoln's Summer Sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.